What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach. We got another episode of The Journey coming to you today. In today's episode, it is the summer transfer window. It was our first season in the Premier League last season. We did fairly well. We finished 4th. We're going to be in the Europa League next year. A little annoyed about that. I covered that yesterday. Today we have some decisions to make about our squad. As of right now, I have zero plans. I have no idea what the plan is for the window. Just looking at star ratings, I think left back is still an issue for us. Hugo prefers to be on the left. So if we can get away with moving him over to the left, bringing in a good right back, that would be good. Terrachano just is not going to cut it. Curtis Jones not going to cut it. So right back is going to be a primary focus. Maybe central midfield could be a focus. De Vries is an interesting one because I believe I promised him we would make it to the Champions League. Where are our promises at? Squad dynamics? Here we go. Wants to leave to play Champions League. We promised him that we would qualify for Champions League, so there's a very good shot we're going to have to sell De Vries, which is going to be unfortunate. I mean, Ribeiro can slot in there immediately. He prefers to be a striker, so that could open up the right wing for Rodriguez to move over there. Left wing, Mudryk. But with Mudryk, he's 33. He's gonna start declining at some point. So an attacker, a midfielder, and a right back, and maybe a goalie. Vesco. He could get a little bit better, but yeah, to be fair, he could play as a sweeper keeper. How are you on attack? First touch is not great. We got options there. Alright, so that's the plan. Right back, attacker. Get rid of Deadwood. Go from there. What's our contract expirations looking like? Fernandez, I feel like we should extend his contract. Curtis Jones, Solbren, I'm fine letting go on a free. Matthias de Ligt. $7.03. I wouldn't be too upset if we extended his contract. Mudryk, honestly, we're probably going to extend his contract. Clive Watkins, I think we're going to let go. And then that's everybody. So really it's De Ligt, Mudryk, and Enzo are our kind of big ones. Barcelona want who's this, De Ligt, along with 8 or 10, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams from, I assume, Saudi Arabia. So we could get big money for him. I say big money. Mudryk is wanted by a handful of Saudi Arabian teams. Leon de Vries is wanted by Manchester United. That's going to be a tough one to turn down. We got some work to do. This is going to be a bit of a rebuild year. Maybe we don't re-sign all 3 of them. They are older. Nearing the retirement mark, I would say. We got some work to do. We're going to make a cut. I'm going to get through a handful of continues. Probably going to have to deal with the De Vries situation. We'll see you in a second. Alright, it is time for the start of the Premier League season. So you can see here we have our schedule. Our first match is going to be against Leeds. If we let's look at transfers. But before we get to that, we've made some moves. This is a little bit of a different team. So let's just get to it. Get to the transfer history. We will start with, I guess, transfers in. Technically part of last season. It's Football Manager's weird like that. We picked up Joffrey Carbia. I should probably figure out how to pronounce that. He was A+ scouting report. Sign, do whatever it takes to sign this guy. Bought him off of Espanyol for $66 million. He spent the last 3 seasons getting above a 6.9 in La Liga. His first season wasn't fantastic, a 6.4, but he did well. He looks like a damn good player, as you can see by his attributes. He should be fine. He will be playing in an attacking midfield role. We'll get to the team layout in a moment. Let's get to this season. We've had a lot of transfers out, a lot of them being loans. Let's start with Jonathan Palacios. I missed this one, I guess. Doesn't matter. We let him go for $28 million to go to Manchester United. We weren't using him. He was on loan. That's what it was. I remember this transfer now. We let him go on loan with a fee, a £28 million fee at the end of the loan to go to Manchester United permanently. That's why I didn't catch it. But he is gone. Enzo Fernandez left on a free to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. What are you going to do? We ended up letting go of Filippo Terracciano for $27 million. He is now with Al Ettifaq. He came off of the bench quite a bit in the kind of the second half of last season. So we wanted to get rid of him. He wasn't going to get better. We had the opportunity to let him go to Saudi Arabia for good money, and we did so. Bunch of loans. Ose Mensah, we didn't really have a spot for. He ended up going to AS Roma for, how much was it? £11.5 million. Just easy money for him. Ended up, let's see, he was a youth guy, so we turned a profit on him. So that makes sense. This is the one I kind of am still a little, I don't know how I feel about it. Moises Caicedo for $49 million with the ability to turn into $59 million. going to Al Ali in Saudi Arabia. Again, he was probably going to run his contract out. Figure, you know what, we need to rebuild the squad a bit. Let's get 50 mil for him. And we'll call it a day. So yeah, we will be without Ecuadorian superstar Moises Caicedo. Jonty Thomas, who was a youth guy, I guess. I don't really know who it was. And then everybody else is out on loan. Now for the transfers in. I did not pay. There was a director of football signing. This one here, Matteo Ruggeri, who we brought him in from Manchester United. They just let him go on a free, and I brought him in on a trial. He seems to be still semi-decent. We agreed to a squad player contract at £165,000 a week, and brought him in for free. Denny Evans was a director of football signing. This guy right here, for £56 million, we brought in Sergio Hernandez, 22-year-old from Spain. Decent numbers, 4-star ability, can play in central midfield. Basically, I think I brought him in basically as a replacement for Caicedo. Yeah, so a week later we brought him in. Easy signing. Acher is a director of football, Alberti. Valerian Balogun. He was another guy that was let go at the end of last season. And I said, you know what? Screw it. We'll bring him in. It's kind of funny. He agreed to an emergency backup contract. £21,000 a week. He will just sit in the reserves forever. So yeah, that is that's it, basically. Let's take a look at the squad and what it looks like. It's a little thin. We still have some money to play with. Right, we have 23, maybe not quite that much. Yeah, committed spending 4.3. Let's go there. We have about £50 million to play with in the old budget. A lot of scouting reports have been coming through. I've been kind of sifting through, trying to bring in some guys. So, with that, this is the tactic I've built. Yeah. As you can see, it's a completely different midfield. And Hugo on the right and Beisha on the left. Turns out Beisha is kind of a decent fullback. And we had him hanging around. So yeah, let's play him. Yeah, I still want to bring in maybe one more reserve player. And then I think we'll be good. Basically, our weak points now are João Veloso and Matthias de Ligt, which I'm kind of okay with that. We will. It's fairly the same. Like all of this stuff on the left, it's all the same. I just kind of move players around. That would kind of work, and I think this will be just fine. Let's take a look at the season preview because it's a little disappointing, if I'm being honest. We're predicted 6th. If we take a look at the Media Dream 11, not my Martin. Hugo is in the Dream 11. I'm kind of surprised that like Joffrey Carbia and Leon de Vries aren't in. Like Leon de Vries isn't even on the key players list, which is a little concerning. Also, we figured out shortly after I ended last episode that we are in fact in the Champions League. So we were able to hold on to Leon de Vries. I didn't have to worry about that at all, and I was very excited. I don't know how the coefficients worked, but I don't know. Can we look at like last season? Is that a thing we can do? History maybe? There's gotta be a way. Competition review from last season? Is there, seriously, can you not? Here we go. Figured it out. The top 6 got Champions League? I don't know. It's fine. It is what we're in Champions League. I'm not going to complain. Still a little odd. But let's get into the match against Leeds in the Premier League. We are away from home. Kendry Paez is hanging on to an injury. We will, I guess, bring Graham on. God, he's not good. So we started running into the issue of squad registration, and you have to have 8 players trained in basically homegrown in the country. Basically have to be trained for 3 years before your 21st birthday in the country or something to that effect. That's kind of tough to do when you loan out all of your youngsters and then you end up with people like Matt Graham. I just auto-selected the registration and it picked a handful of the U21s out. And it's a whole thing. Anyway, let's get to the match. In goal, as a sweeper keeper this season, we're going to try it out. We have Roberto Vesco. Back four of Hugo Souza, Matthias de Ligt, and Ode Beisha. João Veloso and Sergio Hernandez in the midfield. Sandro Rodriguez, Joffrey Carbia, Rodrigo Ribeiro, Leon De Vries up front. I'm a little nervous. I don't know how this is going to work. We lost our preseason match against Olympique Marseille, I believe it was. But we won all the other preseason matches. So let's get to the match. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited for this season. We are in Champions League. We do get all the fancy graphics and all that. Anybody we recognize? No? Okay, cool. Good deal. Go out there and impress me, boys. We are away from home. We are at Elland Road. And we immediately win the ball off of them. And give it up. Lovely. João Veloso with the free kick. I didn't set penalty takers. Oops. Rodriguez with the corner. Going to the far post. Keeper comes out to grab it. Right, 10 minutes gone. We have one shot so far. Steele over to Jesus. Back with Steele. That was a good little passing sequence there for Leeds. And already Sandro Rodriguez has picked up a knock, and Roberto Vesco is done for the day. Potential arm injury. Lovely. Martin Diaz. That's not the start we were wanting. What is this possession, boys? Bjornsson with the free kick. Puts it on target. Diaz forced to put it out for a corner. Bjornsson standing over it. Top of the box to Nyonto. Back to Bjornsson. Favre with the header. Can't put it on target. And the highlight continues with Leeds pushing the attack. And as I say it, the highlight ends. Lemaire. Jorge. Romulo. Yonto, good ball to Armagum? Sure. Oh, that's a fucking name. Helgi. Is that Tor? I should know these letters. Yeah. Am I happy with your performance? Not particularly, no, I'm not. We want better possession. Right, 57th minute. Still 0-0. Looks like we might have an opportunity here. Hernandez back to Beisha. Hernandez with loads of space around him. João Veloso lining it up, takes the shot. It's out for a corner. Ribeiro. Oh, back out to Rodriguez. Looking for the cross. Ends up passing it to Souza. Oh, there you go. Carbia keeps it in play. Beisha. Oh, that's not it, bud. Do we swap to like inverted wingers coming in? Oh boy. Inside forwards even? Would that help us at all? Probably. You can do an inside forward. You also can do an inside forward. Try to work it into the box. You wing back. Ode Beisha will force you into a wing back. I don't know if this is quite the role we want in this setup. Ideally, I'd want like a ball-winning midfielder. Sandro Rodriguez can come off. He's getting a little tired. He's messing with that injury as well. I guess Sky Vink up front. Offer some encouragement. Go attacking. We'll play for set pieces. See what that does. Work it into the box. Souza on a yellow. Hugo. Gives it up. Bjornsson. Maybe around the 85th we'll make our final change here. Let's take off Ribeiro. We'll bring on Mykhailo Mudryk. And Arola on for Hugo. Romulo over to Steele. Has space. Takes it. Takes the shot. Ugh. Shot. Oh, good chance. Good chance. Possibly the final attack of the game. Mudryk with the corner. Taking his time. All that for nothing. Lovely. Oh, we get another corner. Mudryk again standing over it. This time it's going to be an end swinger. Oh, that's a good corner as well. Full time. 0-0. That was a nothing burger of a game. That was terrible. Not happy with the performance. We did not look good. Okay. A few weeks without him. It'll be fine. Alright. When... God, that was a fucking waste of a game. When are we coming back? Possibly the third round of the Carabao Cup. Yeah, Tottenham. We'll come back for 2 games in September. We'll figure out which ones they are. But that is where we're going to end it here today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All of those fun things. And as always, we'll see you later.